Hey folks, welcome back to Military Forces Unleashed, and today, we've got something special. You thought you knew everything about stealth fighters? Well, buckle up, because China's J-50 just flipped the script with a bizarre new feature that might change air combat forever. Or might just be another weird experiment destined for the scrap yard. Let's find out. We're diving deep into what this mystery aircraft is, how it works, and most importantly, why it has rotating wingtips. Yeah, you heard that right. It's like China's engineers decided to play 4D chess while everyone else is still figuring out checkers. But before we dissect this Frankenstein of aerospace engineering, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Trust me, you won't want to miss this ride. All right, let's rewind a bit. China's military aviation has been on steroids for the last 2 decades. From reverse engineering Soviet relics to cranking out stealth fighters that make Pentagon analysts lose sleep, they've come a long way. Their first real stealth contender, the J-20, was their, "Hey, look, we can do this too" moment. But it was more of an interceptor, not exactly the agile dogfighter the PLA Navy needed. Then came the J-31, China's attempt at an F-35 knockoff. Not bad, but let's just say Lockheed Martin wasn't shaking in their boots. And now we have the J-50, China's wild card, a mysterious stealth aircraft with some truly unconventional design choices. The most shocking? Its wingtips actually rotate. What in the aerodynamics is going on here? Let's start with the basics. The J-50 looks like a love child between the Su-57 and the F-22. Sleek, stealthy, but with some obvious Chinese DNA. And then there's that feature, the rotating wingtips. Most stealth aircraft prioritize smooth, non-moving surfaces to keep radar signatures low. So why on earth would China add a moving part to an aircraft that's supposed to be invisible? Turns out, this could be a game changer, or a total disaster. These wingtips don't just pivot up and down like flaps, they actually rotate asymmetrically, meaning they can move independently. That suggests they're used for control and stability, rather than just lift. That's where things get spicy. This system could enhance maneuverability, giving the J-50 an edge in dogfights. But it also introduces new headaches, increased weight, mechanical complexity, and potential structural weaknesses. And we're not even talking about how this messes with stealth yet. Okay, physics nerds, this one's for you. These wingtips likely serve a similar role to canards, altering lift and control characteristics dynamically. By rotating, they could allow the J-50 to generate asymmetric lift, aiding quick turns and rolls without relying as much on traditional ailerons or rudders. That could mean better control at high angles of attack. Exactly what you want in a dogfight. But here's the kicker. This setup could also cause serious stability issues. The forces generated by these wingtips could induce unintended yaw and pitch moments, which means the flight control software has to work overtime to compensate. And if the system fails mid-flight, well, let's just say you don't want to be the test pilot in that scenario. On paper, the J-50 is a marvel. It's a high-agility stealth fighter, potentially carrier-capable, with a unique control system that might give it an edge in maneuverability. If the rotating wingtips work as intended, it could be a nightmare for enemy pilots in close-range engagements. Theoretically, such a feature could enhance instantaneous turn rate and improve post-stall control, giving the J-50 an advantage in scenarios where agility is the deciding factor. But beyond just dogfights, there's a potential tactical benefit. In modern air combat, where beyond visual range, BVR engagements are dominant, an aircraft that can adjust its aerodynamic profile on the fly could have more versatility. Think about it. Greater control in extreme maneuvers means better survivability in missile dodging scenarios. If the rotating wingtips can fine-tune lift and drag characteristics dynamically, they could offer the kind of adaptability that pilots dream of. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is an untested concept. More moving parts mean more things that can break, and complex mechanical systems don't tend to fare well under the stress of high-speed flight. The added weight affects range and fuel efficiency, which are already concerns for modern stealth fighters. Unlike thrust vectoring, which has proven its worth in air combat, there's no solid track record of rotating wingtips providing a meaningful advantage. And then there's the stealth problem. Stealth aircraft rely on smooth, carefully calculated surfaces to deflect radar waves away from enemy sensors. Every time that wingtip moves, it's potentially creating a radar-reflecting nightmare. The Su-57 has struggled with its stealth effectiveness compared to the F-22 or F-35, partly due to exposed moving surfaces. The J-50 might be walking the same precarious path. And then there's the big question. Why? Why go through all this trouble when existing designs like the F-22 and Su-57 achieve top-tier agility without resorting to experimental wingtips? Maybe the J-50's designers know something we don't. Perhaps they're banking on maneuverability being the next great equalizer in aerial combat. Or maybe they're just throwing ideas at the wall to see what sticks. China's aircraft development strategy has often involved rapid iteration, producing a variety of prototypes to test different capabilities. The J-50 could be an exploratory design rather than a definitive production model. It wouldn't be the first time a concept was introduced, only to be quietly shelved later. But if this design does make it into production, it raises even bigger questions about China's vision for future aerial warfare. At the end of the day, the J-50 is a fascinating piece of engineering. Whether it becomes a game changer or just another dead-end experiment, one thing is clear. China is pushing boundaries, and the rest of the world better pay attention. Maybe this is China's attempt to create an aircraft that can outmaneuver its competition rather than just out-stealth them. Or perhaps it's part of a broader strategy, where future Chinese fighters incorporate elements of this design into a more refined airframe. Whatever the case, it's a sign that the arms race in military aviation isn't slowing down anytime soon. So, what do you think? Genius innovation or over-engineered gimmick? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think about the J-50's radical design. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video. It helps us keep bringing you the best military content out there. Thanks for watching Military Forces Unleashed. See you next time.